Hello friends! Today, Snuggles, Pika, and Angel will be joining us for Hilmy the Hippo Becomes a Hero by Ray Norridge. Hilmy the Hippo lay on the soft sand beside his water hole. Nearby, resting on a water lily leaf, was his best friend, the blue dragonfly.
Assalamu alaikum, dragonfly. It is such a fine morning, said Hilmy. The sun is shining and the sky is blue. I am such a happy hippo.
Just then, Hilmy heard someone snigger behind the wild fig tree which grew beside the water hole. He sat up and looked around. Again, he heard the sound of laughter.
Who is laughing? Called Hilmy.
From behind the tree stepped an ostrich.
I am laughing, Hilmy, she said, fluttering her long eyelashes. What are you laughing at? Asked Hilmy indignantly. You, said the ostrich. You are lazy. Look at you. You do nothing but lie in the sun all day.
A little tree squirrel scurried down from the tree and began to laugh. She fluffed out her tail and began to sing.
Hilmy is silly. Hilmy is lazy. We don't want him to be our friend.
The ostrich laughed and laughed. Hilmy felt very hurt. He had thought the ostrich and the tree squirrel were his friends. Hilmy could not understand why the ostrich and the squirrel were not obeying Allah and being kind and friendly. Soon, the honey badger came to the water hole to drink. Hilmy decided to ask the honey badger if he thought he was silly and lazy. The honey badger began to chuckle.
Yes, you're lazy. Look at you. You do nothing all day but frolic in the water and lie in the sun. That is why everyone thinks you are silly and lazy.
When the honey badger had finished drinking and had left the water hole, Hilmy asked his friend, the blue dragonfly,
Are you my friend, dragonfly?
The blue dragonfly replied, Yes, Hilmy, you will always be my friend. Don't listen to what the others have to say. One day, they will realize how nasty they really are, and then they will be sorry for the things that they have said to you. The following morning, a small flock of guinea fowl came down to the water hole to drink.
Assalamu alaikum, called Hilmy. Welcome to my water hole.
We came down to the water hole to see the lazy hippo, called one guinea fowl.
Yes, said the other. We have heard all about the lazy, silly hippo that does nothing but lie in the sun all day. So we have come to see for ourselves.
The guinea fowl began to laugh. They looked at Hilmy and said,
You must surely be the lazy hippo. What do you do all day? Do you simply lie in the sun and sleep all day?
Hilmy felt very sad. He ran and plunged into the water, submerging himself with only his eyes and ears above the surface. He wanted to hide.
That's where you belong, shouted the nasty guinea fowl. Under the water, where no one can see you.
Hilmy stayed under the water for a very long time. Again, he was puzzled that his friends could be so unkind. God doesn't love those who aren't nice to others, he thought. Didn't they realize that Allah was watching everything that they were doing? Didn't they feel ashamed of being cruel to him? He thought. Hilmy was very unhappy. He had done nothing wrong, yet his friends were being very mean. One afternoon, several days later, the sky turned black. Fierce blue lightning flashed overhead. The thunder rolled and roared. The wind blew so hard, the trees began to sway. Suddenly, it began to rain. It rained so much that the water hole burst its banks. The storm raged all night, and everywhere across the land, Rainwater poured into the rivers.
The following morning, when the rain had stopped and the wind had calmed, Hilmy saw that the force of the storm had washed away many trees. The sand had turned to mud, and large puddles of water lay everywhere.
"That was a very bad storm we had last night," said Hilmy to the blue dragonfly.
"Yes," replied the dragonfly, "but although I was so terribly frightened, I knew Allah would protect me." Suddenly, from somewhere far in the distance, Hilmy heard a voice crying, "Help me!" At once, Hilmy set out in the direction of the cry. "Help me! I'm drowning!" it called again. Splashing through the mud, Hilmy ran as fast as he could. Soon he came to the river. There, stranded on a fallen tree in the middle of the swollen river, was the ostrich. Hilmy could see that she was very frightened. "Help me, Hilmy! The water is flowing so fast, I fear I might drown."
"I will help you, inshallah, ostrich. I am a strong swimmer," shouted Hilmy.
Hilmy swam out to where the ostrich was stranded on the fallen tree.
"Jump onto my back, ostrich, and I will take you to dry land."
The ostrich gratefully climbed onto Hilmy's back. Slowly and with great care, Hilmy swam to higher ground. No sooner had the ostrich climbed off Hilmy's back when the tree squirrel called for Hilmy to help her. The little squirrel was being washed downstream on a fallen log.
"Please help me, Hilmy," she begged. "I cannot swim very well. The river is too deep and the water is flowing very fast."
Hilmy raced back and plunged into the river and swam out to help the squirrel. The water swirled in all directions, carrying with it broken branches and fallen trees. When Hilmy reached the little squirrel, the squirrel leapt from the floating log and landed safely on Hilmy's back. Hilmy then swam to the safety of the dry riverbank. Hilmy saw some of the guinea fowl that had mocked him. They too were clinging to a broken tree. "Please help us!" they cried with their feathers wet and dripping. Hilmy swam out into the strong flowing water of the river and rescued the guinea fowl. Again and again, Hilmy braved the raging river, and one by one he helped all the creatures to safety. When everyone was safe and sound on dry land, the exhausted Hilmy sat down to rest. "I am very proud of you, Hilmy," said the blue dragonfly. "With no thought for your own safety, you have saved the lives of many creatures. Alhamdulillah, you have shown great courage and bravery." "Jazakallah khair, Hilmy," said the ostrich. "We have been so unkind to you. We have bullied you and called you names. You have shown us that we are the stupid ones. You are our hero, Hilmy. You have saved our lives." Hilmy smiled and thanked Allah in his heart for giving him strength to help others. The wings of the blue dragonfly shimmered in the sunlight. He looked across at all the animals Hilmy had saved from the floodwaters and said, "Some of you did not want Hilmy to be your friend. Alhamdulillah, we can all learn a lesson from Hilmy. Allah created good in all of us. We must not bully or be cruel to others."
"I did what I had to do only for the sake of Allah,"
replied Hilmy. All the animals cheered.
"Astaghfirullah, we have all learned a valuable lesson. Had it not been for Hilmy, we would have all drowned. Alhamdulillah, Hilmy is not only our hero, but he is also our friend."
The end. Thank you for joining Pika, Snuggles, Angel, and I for today's read aloud of Hilmy the Hippo.